Hey everyone, welcome back to Scrummy. Last week I shared with you my video tutorial for a simple and delicious one-pot Christmas cake, and I'm absolutely delighted by how much you all really liked it. If you missed it, I'll include a link to the video tutorial in the description box under the video. Today I'm going to finish decorating the Christmas cake with the best homemade marzipan and royal icing, so that you can all decorate your Christmas cakes in time for Christmas. The first thing I do is glaze the cake. Before you add marzipan to a Christmas cake, you need to brush the top of the cake with a clear jam. I use apricot, but you could also use marmalade and honey. You can heat the jam slightly to make it easier to spread. Now we're going to make the marzipan. Marzipan is easy to make, it doesn't take long, and it's so much nicer than what you get in the shops. All you need is fine sugar, ground almonds and icing sugar. Place in a bowl and mix together until everything is mixed in. Set to one side while we prepare the wet ingredients. You just need one egg, and I add a few drops of almond extract and whiskey. You could also use brandy or rum too. Adding these is optional, but I find they give a lovely flavour to the marzipan. Give everything a good mix and add to the dry ingredients. Mix again with a spoon, and it will take a little bit of time for it to come together, and I find that by just putting your hands in there and squishing all the ingredients together, it's much easier. So when you've got the marzipan in a bowl, you need to knead it for about 5 minutes. And as you knead, the oils from the almonds release and it becomes smoother. You can see it's a lot smoother now, isn't it? You can wrap the marzipan in cling film. Because it has egg in it, it dries out really quickly. This can be stored for a few days at room temperature. When you're ready to add the marzipan layer to the Christmas cake, the first thing I do is fill any holes in the cake so that the cake is nice and even. Place some marzipan along the bottom edge of the cake if you need to. You'll find the full recipe for the marzipan and royal icing in the description box under the video. Alright, now let's roll the marzipan. Use icing sugar to help roll it out, and the marzipan needs to be about 2 to 3 millimeters in thickness. When you have it big enough to cover the Christmas cake, place on top and smooth the top and the sides so that it sticks, and cut off any excess marzipan. This stage is usually done about a week before you add the royal icing so that the marzipan dries out, but if you don't have the time, and sometimes I don't, I just put the marzipan on and the royal icing and give it a day or two, and it's perfect before Christmas. Any leftover marzipan can be used to decorate your Christmas cake, or you can use it in your mince pies. Just grate it and place on top of the mincemeat. Place somewhere cool until you're ready to decorate with royal icing. Okay, now let's make the royal icing. To make royal icing, you need icing sugar. Just make sure it's sieved so you don't have any lumps, and add 2 egg whites. That's all you need, and whisk together for a few minutes. I do it for about 3 to 4 minutes until you get a nice, smooth and silky icing. If it's really thick and you don't think it'll spread, add a couple of drops of lemon juice to loosen it up a little bit. When the royal icing sets, it'll be really hard. I like it like this, but if you prefer it a little softer, then add about a teaspoon of glycerine when you're whisking up the royal icing. Time to decorate our Christmas cake. Place the royal icing on top of the marzipan, and using a knife, smooth it out on top and along the sides. An alternative to royal icing, if you prefer to use something else, is to use white fondant icing. Roll it out, and before placing on top of the marzipan, brush the marzipan with a little cooled boiled water to help the fondant stick. I like to finish off by creating an ice landscape. Just look at that. I'm going to place a nice Christmas ribbon around the cake. You could also use some nice Christmas sprinkles if you have them. Now add all your favourite Christmas decorations to the top of the cake. I hope you found this video tutorial really helpful. Now go and make your cake and let me know how you got on. If you need any help, then leave me a comment below and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you all next week, where I'll be sharing with you another lovely Christmas themed recipe. Happy baking, everyone!
Scrummy!